Right now at 6, Southeast School Districts in Cherokee, Kansas is gauging interest on moving to a 4-day school week.
We've got ourselves a cold start out there once again. A few freeze warnings in place, but it is going to be much warmer today. Take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, a Joplin restaurant joins forces with the Boys and Girls Club to raise some funds.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner.
Are you laughing at me?
Did I startle you?
No. I don't know what's going on.
You
always startle me, Chris.
Oh, man, I'm starting to feel like this is Friday almost. I mean, I know for some of you, it is a Friday because with the holiday weekend, we got Good Friday tomorrow, Easter's on Sunday. I know a lot of school, well, just about every school, if not all schools, no school tomorrow. A lot of businesses closed tomorrow as well. We will be here. Hopefully.
Yes, we will. Hopefully.
Are we sure that maybe we don't want to
keep
be?
Our jobs.
It has been an interesting morning, to say the least, but that's what makes the morning news that much more fun.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. All right, let's take a quick look outside. This is this is our camera, rather. I'm telling you, it's Friday. We are not here today. This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Looking great out there. Clear skies, a light breeze. Nothing too bad, nothing too crazy this morning. MoDOT camera 20th in range line. Folks getting there Thursday, or in some cases their Friday commute underway out there. So again, not a bad start to the day. Some freeze warnings, parts of northeastern Oklahoma, and these will run until 9 a.m. So they're not, of course, nearly as widespread as they were yesterday, but still have a few out there. It is cold, though. 34 in Joplin, 33 in Pittsburgh. Most of us doing a little better than what we did yesterday, as we're in the low to mid 30s out there. Still have some upper 20s across the area in the parts of northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas. But again, all in all, it's still cold, but we're seeing some improvements, and we will continue to do so today. Kids getting on the bus, sunny skies, 32, south breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. And when that bus brings them home this afternoon, 62 degrees. Sunny skies, southwest breeze 5 to 15 with occasional gusts up to 20. And that occasional word is key here, because as we head into tonight and tomorrow, it won't be occasional. We're looking at wind gusts pushing 40, 45 miles an hour. We'll go into all that in detail with the full forecast. As for today, we are looking great, though. A textbook spring day. Sunny skies, occasional wind gusts, low to mid 60s for our highs out there. Again, changes on the way. That includes warmer weather, gustier winds, and thunderstorm chances. And we're going to look at all that in detail with the full forecast, and that'll be coming up a little later. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Authorities investigate a fatal crash that happened yesterday morning near Avila, Missouri. Troopers say a westbound milk tanker on State Highway 96 turned onto County Road 20 when it was rear-ended by a pickup traveling at, quote, highway speeds. The impact caused the tanker to overturn and block the lane. Authorities say the driver of the pickup, Robert Rathman of Mount Vernon, died at the scene. To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. The Southeast Lancer School District in Cherokee, Kansas has decided to stay with a 5-day week calendar. The district was considering going to a 4-day week, but after conducting a survey with community members and talking to other districts that adopted the calendar, the school board last night decided to postpone the conversation to the next school year. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
Vincent said he wants to go 5 days a week, so.
Well, he likes the shorter day, I think is what it was.
David and Debbie's grandkid is probably happy with the decision made in the Southeast Lancers School District Board meeting. With 5 votes in favor and 1 abstention, the district capped the 5-day week calendar.
Well, we hope we'll keep things going and continue to be able to grow. And we wanted to avoid anything, opposing happening.
The district conducted a survey with the staff, students, parents, and other community members to understand their perspectives on the possible change.
According to the survey, most parents, students, and other community members are somewhat or strongly opposed to the proposed changes. But it is a close race. The numbers are even closer when we are considering the staff opinions.
About 40% of teachers and staff were somewhat or strongly in favor of the change.
Surprised that it was so evenly split.
To me, any time that you're going to make a significant change in your operations at a school, you have to have some confidence that it's going to make you better.
While in 2025, students will have a 5-day week calendar, the conversation is not over.
Always encouraging growth, change, anything like that. We don't want to shut the door on anything.
In Cherokee, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
According to the Southeast Lancer School District, there are currently 31 districts out of 287 in Kansas that have a 4-day week calendar. You can find the results of the survey conducted by the district on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Next Tuesday, voters will head to the polls for local elections in both Missouri and Oklahoma. And Joplin voters will decide whether to renew the capital improvement sales tax to fund such things as tax street projects. This week, the tax committee met for one last time before the vote. They discussed polling locations and also where voters can go if they have questions about the tax.
So if you come and you don't know all the answers and you're on the fence about it, and one of our committee members does show up, you'll see them there with a sign, and they're just there to tell you that they'll tell you about the tax when you come. Public speaking.
The city began collecting revenue on the 3/8 sales tax in 2004, and voters renewed it in 2014. Since the last renewal, the tax has funded 14 road projects. This time, the city is seeking a 12-year renewal. Freeman Health System showed its continuing support of Ronald McDonald House charities. Yesterday, members of Freeman Auxiliary, the fundraising and project-driven arm of Freeman Health System, presented a $10,000 check to Ronald McDonald House charities of the 4 states. The funds help serve families navigating the stress and uncertainty of having a seriously ill child. The Ronald McDonald House opened in 1998 on land donated by Freeman Health System. Feeding Futures is the newest campaign from the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Missouri. It's an agreement where a restaurant donates a portion of its proceeds to the organization. The first restaurant to do so will be Trackside Burgers, as it gives the club 15% of last night's proceeds.
I think we had 3-4 weeks to get it together. We slammed Facebook. She made an event post, and we were like, we're doing this thing.
The proceeds from Feeding Futures will go to daily operations and fund the summer program. That program offers classes ranging from arts and crafts to PE, with 3 meals a day from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Vinyl Records outsold compact discs last year for the 2nd year in a row. Plus, divers have recovered 2 bodies days after a cargo ship rammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Thursday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Here a flower, there a flower. Flowers. Flowers everywhere. Can you really have to?
Outpost Casino, Highway 1010C on the Oklahoma-Missouri border. TheOutpostCasino.com for details.
Topping Nation Watch this morning, check your lottery tickets. There were no jackpot winners in Wednesday's Powerball drawing worth $873 million. In case you missed it, the numbers were 37, 46, 57, 60, and 66, and the Powerball was 8. Now the jackpot is worth an estimated $935 million. There has not been a winner since New Year's Day, so this weekend could be your lucky chance. The next drawing is on Saturday. Round 2 of Crackle and Hiss appears to be here to stay, at least for a while. Vinyl Records outsold compact discs last year for the 2nd year in a row, and they widened the gap by selling about 43 million units, or about 6 million more than CDs. Records are bigger than CDs, more expensive, not portable, and the sound degrades every time you play one. So what gives? The data doesn't say exactly why, but many enthusiasts love the tactile feel of handling vinyl, looking at the album artwork, and manually placing the needle in the groove. Also, the resurgence of vinyl doesn't indicate a victory of analog sound in general. Digital music has shifted away from physical media like CDs to streaming. The vinyl comeback is still impressive, though. Southwest Airlines is preparing to join the ranks of other carriers that offer overnight flights. The all-economy airline announced Wednesday it's planning to start offering red-eye flights for the first time. The flights are expected to stay out of Las Vegas and Hawaii within 2 years. Southwest says it hopes to offer about 50 red-eye flights a day. Such flights are common in the industry, but Southwest didn't have a booking system that could handle them until 2017. Southwest management says the 2-year window will allow the airline to work out all the technical and labor details. Chris Christie says an option for him to run on a third-party candidacy is out of the question. The former Republican presidential candidate said Wednesday he will not run for president in 2024 as a third-party candidate. In a statement, the former New Jersey governor said while he appreciates the encouragement, it's not an avenue he wants to pursue. Christie added that he cannot have his candidacy help Donald Trump retake the White House. The group No Labels has been working to launch a third-party moderate ticket. It's also reached out to other potential candidates. Names including West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin and former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan have distanced themselves from the effort. Well, divers have been recovered 2 bodies days after a cargo ship rammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, collapsing part of the crossing. 4 others are still missing and presumed dead. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York.
New traffic video from the Maryland Department of Transportation shows the massive cargo ship approaching the Francis Scott Key Bridge moments before it crashed into the span. The National Transportation Safety Board also released video of what's left. Sections of the bridge bent and crumpled around the front of the ship.
Our mission is to determine why something happened, how it happened, and to prevent it from reoccurring. Again, to save lives.
The NTSB says there were 21 crew and 2 pilots on board the ship when it rammed into the bridge. It was transporting 56 containers of hazardous materials, and according to the NTSB, some of those containers were breached. Authorities say they have seen a sheen on the water indicating chemical leaks. Officials have started identifying the 6 victims, all construction workers. 40-year-old Miguel Luna had 3 children and was originally from El Salvador. 34-year-old Maynor Yasir Suazo Sandoval had 2 kids and was from Honduras.
We know that they were hard workers. We know that they love soccer. We know that they love, their families and the community.
All wreckage from the crash must be cleared before the Port of Baltimore can reopen to ships. The Navy is bringing in barges equipped with cranes to help. Logistics experts say it's possible prices could rise if the global supply chain is disrupted. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Cargo ships are now getting redirected to other ports along the East Coast. The Port of Baltimore handles more vehicle imports and exports than any other port in the U.S. The NTSB says their investigation into the collapse could take up to 2 years. That's a look at some of today's top national stories. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we do have some freeze warnings out there for parts of northeastern Oklahoma, and these are going to run until 9 o'clock this morning. We do have a relatively cold start out there. Now, Skywatch Storm Tracker is not looking too bad across the area. We are clear. There are no clouds out there, and there are no clouds in our immediate vicinity, and that is how today is going to remain. Our camera, at 7th and Range Line, looking pretty good as we get the day underway out there, and we're looking at highs low to mid 60s and sunny skies out there. We're going to have another full look at your forecast, talk about what we're expecting as we head into the weekend when the KOAM Morning News returns.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trail of Joplin.com.
Get ready to enjoy the final year of the Joplin Memorial Run. Sign up today.
In Ohio, a 10-year-old girl is using her social media platform for good by sharing her journey with a congenital heart defect. Her story is inspiring and educating a whole lot of people on TikTok. Tessa DeTiro has more on her heartwarming story.
Hi, it's me, Aubrey, and I have a lot to tell you. My surgery is in 2 days. I'm kind of nervous and really scared at the same time.
Aubrey Blake shows me some of the videos she's enjoyed making over the last year. The 5th grade student decided she wanted to create content about the heart condition she was born with.
I was born with something called coarctation of the aorta.
It just shows that I was really brave during that moment, and that it shows me now that I can do it again if I need it.
This part is so small that The blood needs more pressure to go through.
Aubrey's dad, Christopher, says making the videos helped his daughter prepare for her recent major surgery at Akron Children's Hospital.
I think the more that we prepared for those videos, the more that we communicated, right, and talked about the procedure itself and why she had to have it.
Quickly, the EMS side of TikTok started engaging with Aubrey's journey. And when the popular Sleepy Paramedic shared her story, her following took off.
She got quite the following and became somewhat of a TikTok star, and it's just kind of gone from there.
Thank you so much for all of the support and nice comments. I have truly enjoyed reading them.
When she walked into the operating room with her dad, Aubrey had folks around the world cheering her on.
It's still a huge deal to have, go on a heart-lung machine, have your circulation stop throughout your body with the exception of perfusing the brain.
That online support made a huge impact during her recovery.
When I got out of it, I got to look through all the comments, and it was really fun to just get out of it, and it really got off my mind.
And by far the most popular video she's ever made, running out of the hospital and back to her life as a happy, healthy 10-year-old.
This is the ultimate example of taking something difficult in her life and turning it into something amazing. And so more power to that young lady.
And until next time, bye!
We're hearing Aubrey gets regular checkups with her cardiology team and is doing well. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got ourselves another cold start out there, but it is going to warm up nicely. We'll have another look at your forecast when we come back.
The real circus is back. The Tarzan Zerbini Circus under the Big Top.
Hospitals in Miami and Grove. Integris Health, partnering with people to live healthier lives.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 6:23 now on this Thursday morning, and we do have freeze warnings in parts of northeastern Oklahoma. Again, these will run until 9 o'clock this morning out there, but even if you're not under a freeze warning, it does not mean it's not cold. We'll get to temperatures in a moment. We're also going to have some breezy conditions today, not too bad. Southwest winds occasionally gusting upwards of 20 through the day, but as we head into the overnight hours and into our Friday, southerly winds really ramp up. We are talking about gusts 40, in some cases potentially 50 miles an hour, and it is going to be breezy like that through virtually all of our Friday and into early Saturday morning as well across the area. So do be prepared, especially if you're traveling on any east-west roadways, for some very gusty winds as we head into tomorrow. As for right now, it is 34 in Joplin. The winds are calm out there, so we're doing a little bit better. No wind chill, and winds are not going to be too bad through the morning. In fact, again, these gusts to 20 are going to be occasional. We got some upper 20s and otherwise a low to mid 30s across the area. So again, it is a cold start, but today is going to be practically a textbook spring day. We're going to start cold, sunny skies, low 50s by 11 o'clock this morning. So doing much better already than where we were yesterday. Those temperatures continue to improve as we head into the afternoon. We go low to mid 60s out there, sunny skies, and again, those occasional gusts to 20. So a perfect spring day out there for us on our Thursday. Heading into the evening, we'll have a few clouds here and there, and again, the winds will pick up. We're going to fall back into the low 50s overnight tonight, maybe some upper 40s, but either way you paint that, still considerably better than where we've been the last couple of nights. Then we have our other concern, and that's going to be thunderstorm chances as we head into the latter half of the holiday weekend. Saturday, again, a bit breezy here and there. We're going to have a few, maybe an isolated shower or two. I think otherwise we're just dealing with clouds. Now, Sunday morning, could see a few isolated showers along and east of 69. And then as we head into the evening hours, we're talking late evening, overnight, and into Monday morning. So roughly during the KOAM morning news on Monday, leading up to that point, we're dealing with some strong, potentially severe thunderstorms out there, and these are going to again persist into Monday morning. We'll have a few isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms through the day on Monday, and then what is triggering all of this is initially the greater severe threat will be Sunday night, Monday morning, and then we've got a cold front. Here's a low pressure system right now out by Goodland by noon on Monday, and it's got an associated cold front with it. And as that cold front rolls in by late Monday evening, another round of showers and thunderstorms will get going, and some of those could be strong, potentially potentially severe as well. And then that'll leave us with some showers for our Tuesday as this low pressure system rotates on out of here. Leading up to that, though, much warmer weather, low 70s tomorrow and Saturday, upper 70s Sunday and Monday. And we'll watch those storm chances. We cool back into the upper 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, and warmer weather returns by the second half of next week. That is a check of your forecast. Now we're going to send it over to Elise with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. The use of the HPV vaccine has fallen way behind among parts of the U.S. population. The shot gives protection against cancer later in life, but a national health survey of more than 9,000 adults found over 84% had not been vaccinated. Some of the lowest rates were among men and people of Hispanic heritage. People at a higher genetic risk for obesity may need to work out harder than others to get the same results. A study at Vanderbilt University tracked more than 3,000 participants. Those with a higher genetic risk needed to take thousands more steps each day to lower their chances of becoming obese. And researchers say they found successful interventions to keep older adults on their feet. The study at Kaiser Permanente gave participants a standing desk, an active tracker, and 10 health coaching sessions over 6 months. They successfully reduced sitting time by more than 30 minutes a day, leading to meaningful improvements in blood pressure. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Grove, Oklahoma, a new era of healthcare.
Well, they have. Buy one large single topping pizza, get the second 50% off. Only at Casey's.
Right now at 6:30, Lamar, Missouri looks at options for the future of its aquatic center.
We got a cold start out there, some freeze warnings in place as well, but a much warmer day on the way. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, students of all majors made their way to the spring career fair at PSU.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:30. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. So it is Thursday, and again, as we've talked about this morning, for most folks at home, between the kids and even the grown-ups, it's Friday. As we've got Good Friday tomorrow, schools are out, most places are closed, and we have the Easter holiday on Sunday. So a big weekend across the area. And we've got a beautiful lead-in to that weekend. It's going to be nice out there. The only thing we got to contend with is some wind, and we'll talk about that a little later. First, let's look outside. This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. Looking pretty good this morning. We've got clear skies across the area. MoDOT camera 20th and range line also looking pretty good as folks get their essentially Friday commute underway across the area. There's those freeze warnings we talked about, parts of northeastern Oklahoma, so Ottawa, Craig, Nowata, and Washington counties, and these will run until 9 o'clock this morning. But again, even if you're not under a freeze warning, doesn't mean it's not still cold out there. We're sitting at 34, excuse me, in Joplin. 31, goodness, over in Pittsburgh right now. Temperatures around the region for the most part still in the low to mid 30s. Got some upper 20s here and there. Parsons, Independence, Sedan, Neodesha sitting in the upper 20s as we get this day's underway, as well as Jay down in Oklahoma. All right, kids getting on the bus this morning for their Friday. 32, sunny skies. South breeze at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And as that bus brings them home, not bad. Sunny, 62. Southwest winds 5 to 15 with occasional gusts up to 20 miles an hour, and that will change as we head into the overnight hours and into our Friday. And again, we'll talk about that more in detail a little later. Sunny skies for us today, low to mid 60s, a textbook spring-like day out there for us. I know some of you are at work today. You're like, great, the nice weather's happening while I'm at work. Well, worry not. Nice weather will continue as we head at least into the first part of our weekend. We'll look at all that in detail with your full forecast a little later. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, the city of Lamar, Missouri announces it's now accepting bids from engineering firms as it looks to remove the city's aquatic center. The center has been shut down for the past several years, and Assistant City Administrator Rusty Rives tells us it's had a number of issues beyond the city's capability to repair. The city is now asking for bids from engineering firms to figure out how much it would cost to remove the pool and surrounding structure.
At this point, there's been no decision made on what's actually going to happen with the location the facility's at. Whether a pool goes back in there, whether a different structure goes back in there. We're just trying to plan for those aspects and what the future may bring for the community.
Rives says bids are due in mid-April and the council will then decide what actions to take. Well, the Eastern Shawnee Tribe yesterday broke ground on an expansion to its Shawnee Skies Training Center and Shooting Complex. The expansion will add an 8,000 square foot event center to the complex, featuring customizable seating and easy access to the shooting range. Officials say it will be used for corporate, personal, and family gatherings and to host future state and national level sporting clay competitions.
You know, we've been out here about 5 years, and one thing that's really hindered us is the ability to host more than 50 people events. Reason for that being is being able to feed that many people or put people in a climate-controlled event center type.
The Shawnee Skies Complex is at 1124 5 South 705 Road in Wyandotte. Pitt State hosted its spring career fair yesterday in the Plaster Center. The event was open to all majors and classifications. More than 130 companies attended and students got a chance to network with employers and learn more about the opportunities available in their field of interest.
Whenever we have these events, we open it up to all industries for all students. So it's all majors that are welcome, all students that are welcome in all industries.
The Spring Career Fair targets experiential learning opportunities from summer employment at camps to internships and full-time professional positions. The Carthage Early Childhood Center yesterday held their annual Farm Day event. Little Tigers got to experience the world of farm life with hands-on opportunities to interact with various animals such as ducks, chickens, bunnies, goats, and even a playful pig.
We just started on Monday, and we've been talking about the kinds of animals they would see on a farm or the kinds of crops that might grow on a farm, and talking about the process of animals and crops being taken care of by the farmers.
The Early Childhood and Early Childhood Special Education programs serve children 3 to 5 years of age. The opening of the brand new Fire in the Hole roller coaster at Silver Dollar City takes place this weekend. It features 14 immersive scenes that depict the night that the town the park sits on burned down. Riders board their very own firefighting wagon traveling 8 feet per second. They'll take 3 drops, then end with a final water splashdown in a 5-story climate-controlled building. Brad Thomas, company president and mayor of SDC, says he's excited to see how excited kids are to experience it for the first time.
The most fun is when a kid gets off of this ride and their eyes are wide open, because the kid will remember this moment for years and years and years to come, just like version 1 created so many memories for so many generations.
The ride opens this Saturday and the park kicks off its summer celebration on June 8th. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. McDonald's will begin selling Krispy Kreme donuts at some locations this year. We'll have the details. And we have a warmer and sunny day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Flowers everywhere. Can you really? Potato chips, 2 for $5. Boneless top sirloin, $5.99 a pound.
Don't miss out. Get your Ron's Reward Card today.
In Consumer Watch this morning, the bond between people and their pets is incredible, and scientists say personality plays a big part in finding the right one. American and British researchers are harnessing the power of artificial intelligence to help do a bit of matchmaking. CBS's Ian Lee has the story from London.
Searching for a new best friend often comes down to a gut feeling. Chelsea Battle adopted her Cavapoo Peanut during the pandemic.
One of the most important relationships in my life. He's my son.
While Chelsea got lucky, researchers hope artificial intelligence will take the chance out of it by predicting personality types in dogs.
These personality types are defined based on the behavioral attributes, not the breed, not the gender of the dog.
Using behavioral records of more than 70,000 dogs from the University of Pennsylvania, computer scientists from the University of East London developed an algorithm to classify canines into 5 groups with up to 99% accuracy. They found dogs fall into one of these categories: excitable and hyper-attached, anxious and fearful, aloof and predatory, reactive and assertive, and calm and agreeable.
This is centimeter.
With this information in paw, researchers hope to eventually predict the best dogs for sniffing out drugs or guiding the blind.
If we have an idea about the dog personality in advance, we can select the right dog for the right job.
Or the right match for a family. A high-tech solution to finding the perfect pup, whatever the personality. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Nearly 50% of people returning dogs to animal shelters here in the U.S. say behavioral issues were a factor. Researchers hope AI will help to create more successful adoptions. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is scheduled to be sentenced in a Manhattan courtroom today. Bankman-Fried was convicted by a federal jury of wire fraud and conspiracy charges. Earlier this month, prosecutors filed papers recommending he be sentenced to up to 50 years behind bars for the crimes that shocked the cryptocurrency world. A newly published survey finds that working women of all ages are more likely than their male counterparts to cite a desire for remote work as motivation for starting a new job search. The survey from the Indeed job site found that over the past several years, women have been almost 25% more likely to stay remote. Work helped prompt their search. And soon you'll be able to down a donut after having a Big Mac without even leaving your table. McDonald's will begin selling Krispy Kreme donuts at some locations this year. It's part of a phased rollout that will bring the donuts to McDonald's outlets nationwide by the end of 2026. Many Americans spend so much time in their cars, they may daydream about what would make one ideal. Students with the same thoughts could turn those dreams into reality. Allie Hoxie talks to the winner of a design contest held by a major auto manufacturer.
Being able to have a creative outlet and using that with a competition was just perfect for me.
Rocco Morales from Northville has an eye for design. I met him inside the Design Dome at Stellantis headquarters to talk about winning the Drive for Design contest not once, but twice.
How has this contest been able to jumpstart your career?
Just being able to learn about the whole creative process, starting from an idea on the paper to putting it onto Photoshop and rendering it and all that.
His most recent winning design from 2023, a truck centered around the concept of being social.
Trucks are known for being workhorses, so I wanted them to, I just wanted to create a new idea of what a truck could be.
Really the idea behind it is just to spread awareness of careers in automotive design.
Carly Edgman is the Design Student Relations Coordinator for the contest. She says this year is all about thinking ahead to the future.
This year's competition, the theme is to design their future dream vehicle for the year 2040, and they can get inspiration from any Stellantis vehicle.
She tells me the first prize winner gets an opportunity to intern at the Ram Truck Design Studio.
How big of a deal is that in the design world to be able to intern here?
That's a really big deal. I mean, it gives them a leg up. When Rocco interned with us, he wasn't even in college yet. So for them to be able to be here, learn from the design team, and be in this environment is really unique.
Second and third place also score some pretty good prizes. First, second, and third place get an Apple iPad Pro and Apple Pencil and a scholarship to the College for Creative Studies in Detroit. That's where Rocco will be attending school in the fall.
How excited are you about the future?
Very excited. I'm excited to learn so much more because there's so much to learn.
Students hoping to take home one of those prizes this year have until April 12th to enter the contest. That's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, quick look outside. Our camera on the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin, getting a little more daylight out there, looking pretty good. It is cold, but we've got a really nice textbook spring day ahead of us. MoDOT camera 28th and Rangeline looking good. Again, a lot of folks out there on what is their Friday commute, as a lot of places, including schools, closed tomorrow for Good Friday. Of course, we have the Easter holiday coming up on Sunday. Freeze warnings, parts of northeastern Oklahoma, and these will continue through 9 o'clock this morning. Right now in Joplin, it is 34. It is 32 in Pittsburgh. So again, it is a cold start out there like what we've seen, but just a wee bit better than where we have been. Low to mid 30s for most of us across the area. Still have some upper 20s here and there. Jay, Neodesha, and Parsons sitting into the upper 20s this morning. Kids getting on the bus. They're going to want another coat again, but they're going to be able to stuff it in their backpack by this afternoon. Sunny, 32, south breeze at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we head into the afternoon, that bus brings them home. Sunny skies, 62, southwest winds 5 to 15 with occasional gusts up to 20 miles an hour. Winds are really going to pick up overnight tonight into Friday. Temperatures are going to increase, and we're watching some thunderstorm chances. We're going to go over your full forecast here in just a moment. We're also going to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries right after this break. But first, let's see what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Vladimir Jutik. Coming up on CBS Mornings, Anthony Mason talks with the iconic rock band The Black Crowes about their first new music in 15 years. Hear how this band of brothers finally got back together after a bitter breakup and years of not speaking to each other. It's coming up on CBS Mornings.
With 2.9% when you reboot your ride at Roper Honda.
Time now for those Thursday birthdays here in the 4 states, and we are going to start in Sedan with Grayson Huntsinger celebrating birthday number 5. Says, happy birthday, love, your sister Macy.
And a happy birthday to Jackson Henry King, turning 8 years old today. It says, we hope you have an amazing, awesome birthday. Love from your entire family and friends.
And in Chanute, Piper Solomon celebrating birthday number 12. Says, happy birthday, sweet girl, with love from mom, dad, Tenley, and the rest of your family.
And a happy birthday to Gianna K. Pyle from Frontenac, who's celebrating the 14th birthday today. It says, with love from all your family.
And in Columbus, Dylan Roberts celebrating birthday number 35. Happy birthday, Dylan.
And a happy birthday to Dr. Jennifer Snell, who's celebrating 37 years of age from St. Paul. It says, from your husband and Eliza Wren.
All right, that's not a bad list of birthdays out there. No. We, of course, want to continue to celebrate those.
Of course.
Elise, what do they need to do?
Go ahead and submit your birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays at KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those messages and photos, and be sure to meet that deadline at the bottom of your screen.
Absolutely. You want to make sure we celebrate at the right time for those birthdays
Absolutely.
And anniversaries. Let's take a look outside. This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. We're looking pretty good out there. Not a bad start to the day. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline, again, looking great as folks get there. Again, it's the Thursday commute. I don't want to confuse people at home, but really for a lot of folks, today is Friday. No school tomorrow. A lot of businesses closed for us tomorrow as well, and I did it again, didn't I? It's not in the right spot at all. That's all right. We can skip ahead quickly to the KDOT camera, 69 and East 520th Avenue south of Pittsburgh. Getting some daylight out there on what is going to be a very textbook spring day. All right, we've got freeze warnings again for parts of northeastern Oklahoma through 9 o'clock this morning. Today, we could see some occasional wind gusts upwards of about 20 miles an hour out of the south and west. However, as we go overnight, those winds shift out of the south and they really start to ramp up. We're talking wind gusts anywhere from 40 potentially to 50 miles an hour. And the concern here is this is going to last through virtually all of our Fridays. So if you are traveling maybe for the holiday, especially on any east-west highways, hang on to that wheel and just be cautious out there as these winds are going to be gusting all day long. As we head into Saturday morning, still dealing with wind gusts 30, potentially 40 miles an hour early. And then we'll still see some occasional wind gusts along and south of I-44. Still out of the south ahead of this next system that's going to bring us the possibility of some thunderstorms as we head into our holiday weekend as well. 34 in Joplin. Nice view of that sunrise. Some great colors out there from our camera at 7th and Rangeline. Temperatures around the region, again, holding into the low to mid 30s for the most part. Got some upper 20s out there still as well. Jay, Parsons, and Neodesha, a little bit on the cooler side. We're all going to warm up nice nicely. Those southerly winds bringing in the warmer weather. 53 by 11 o'clock. Sunny skies through the morning. And as we head into the afternoon, again, it is a textbook spring day. Low to mid 60s, sunny skies, and occasional wind gusts upwards of 20. A beautiful day out there. This evening, a few clouds here and there. Otherwise not bad. We'll fall back into the upper 40s and low 50s. And then again, those winds are really going to ramp up overnight. And I want to talk about what's happening this weekend. So our Saturday looking pretty good for the most part. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, fairly mild. But we have a low pressure system out to our west, and we're going to have a warm front off to the north and a cold front attached to that, and associated with that a potential dry line. And as we head into Sunday evening and overnight, we could see some showers and thunderstorms, and some of those could be strong, potentially severe across the area as we go overnight Sunday into about this time Monday morning. So we're going to keep a very close eye on these thunderstorms for you. And we'll have occasional showers and storms through our Monday, and then as the actual system itself and that cold front roll in by late Monday, another round of strong, potentially severe thunderstorms will be possible late Monday evening across the area. And then as that low pressure system now centered over Kansas City by Tuesday morning continues to roll on out of here, we could get some additional scattered showers behind it heading into our Tuesday. So a lot to keep an eye on as we head into Sunday and Monday across the area. Well, now look at your forecast and the news you need to know in just a moment. And when we make the switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., we're going to hear the story of the first indigenous female astronaut who has her sights set on helping others achieve their dream.
Yeah. Served with duty, honor, and valor for his country. We are proud to salute Ira Wilson, a four-state hero.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Joplin voters will decide whether to renew the capital improvement sales tax. They discussed polling locations and where voters can go if they have questions. The city began collecting revenue on the sales tax in 2004, and voters renewed it in 2014. Since the last renewal, the tax has funded 14 road projects. This time, the city is seeking a 12-year renewal. Authorities are investigating a fatal crash that happened yesterday morning near Avila, Missouri. Troopers say a westbound milk tanker on State Highway at 96 turned onto County Road 20 when it was rear-ended by a pickup traveling at, quote, highway speeds. The impact caused the tanker to overturn and block the lane. Authorities say the driver of the pickup died at the scene. The city of Lamar, Missouri is now accepting bids from engineering firms to remove the city's aquatic center. The assistant city administrator, Rusty Rives, tells us it has several issues beyond the city's capability to repair. Rives says bids are due in mid-April. The council will then decide what actions to take. Now to check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And again, a beautiful day for us today. Sunny skies, low to mid 60s out there. Southwest winds occasionally gusting upwards of 20. Few clouds as we head through the evening and overnight. Upper 40s, low 50s, and the winds will really start to pick up tonight. We'll see those gusts out of the south pushing 40, potentially 50 miles an hour as we head into our Friday. Low 70s through Saturday, upper 70s Sunday and Monday, and watching that potential for some strong, maybe severe storms Sunday night into Monday morning.
All right, well, coming up today at noon, we're making coconut bread pudding in the Mr. Food Test kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, a mother is praising firefighters for acting quick to save her baby's life.
And Amanda Mitchell and Courtney Barnard from Comedy for Camps joining us in the studio. Talk about their upcoming camping event. However, that's going to wrap it up for us for now. For those of you enjoying a Friday today, I hope it's a great one.
Absolutely.
And we will see you back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.
Missouri